It's finally time. After all the time I spent planning, running, and dying to assorted Hoshiden/Norian mischief making, I've finally made it. Chapter 26 is Conquest's final examination of a full team. There are 2 maps after this, but those don't require a fully trained team to complete. This one, for all but the most specialized of carries, or Maid Camilla, does. This map will test everything I've built over the past 20 chapters of gameplay, and I'm incredibly excited to show you the result. As with the last chapter, I'll be deferring to the endgame audio. I've been holding back my favorite song in Fates long enough. It's about time I take down the best troops Nor has to offer. For Wrath, for Ruin, and for optimal Yaoi routing, let's go! 4 waves of enemies stand between me and this Iron Man's victory. The first of these is a company of heroes who all carry Wormslayers. There's actually a pretty big variety of heroes here. Some have counter, some have darting blow, some have quick draw, and 2 even have Swordfair and Lucky 7. The one thing they have in common though, is that they stand no chance against Xander and Camilla. They are guarded by a Hexing Rod Maid though, so Mozu walks south and deletes her. Mozu obviously can't stay here, so Xander pulls her out of danger after a refresh from Azura. Camilla takes the other spot in the hallway, Felicia covers both of their auras, and Xander braces for impact. No hero will ever choose to attack into double A-rank weapon triangle disadvantage unless he's carrying a ranged weapon, so Xander's gonna have to bear the brunt of the assault, and will have to take an enfeeble from Yago beforehand. But did you think they had a chance?
I see.
Sophie willingly went into entrap range, since that maid using her staff on Sophie literally speeds up the process of clearing the map. The maid can't help us anymore though, so Sophie relieves her of duty. Four heroes remain alive. After receiving at least 18 hit from Niall's Rallyman and Dizana, Camilla takes out the first with the dual club. That hero had Aegis. No matter, pretty sure Shigure could have finished that one off if it had had a chance to matter. Effie's strong. Forrest trades Camilla back to the duel club and finishes off the first wave of 4. The next 2 turns will be spent setting up an attack on the Sorcerer Room. For the final time in this run, please excuse the fast forward as I will be speeding up uneventful sections in this map. For compensation, enjoy the fire version of A Dark Fall. I'll see you in hell. Second wave, the Sorcerer Room. Felicia starts breaking down the door, and Forrest finishes it off. He and Sophie are my 2 best mage killers, so they'll take the same staggered frontline setup Xander and Camilla did for the heroes. The rest of my team awaits reinforcements from the northeast. After getting enfeebled and frozen, Sophie is the preferred target for the sorcerers, which is more than fine by me. I trust her accuracy a lot more than Forrest's, especially when the latter has the horse spirit equipped. While Sophie and Forrest could deal with the mages on enemy phase, the rest of my team kinda has to take care of these reinforcements on player phase. Camilla, of course, makes the first strike.
It's...
Next to act is Xander. Corrin uses the Kodachi to take out the third. Effie bonks the final one, ending the second wave. I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of footage in this clear that's basically me moving units halfway across the map repeatedly. In the interest of making this video shorter than 3 hours, I'll be cutting this out. See you when I open the door to Hans's room. Wave 3. Generals and Berserkers. All of my units are in the places they need to be to pull off the setup I want. All that's left to do is to press and turn. And Kaze uses Miraculous Save from the bench. Midori's still going in the lost unit space because I can't use her anymore, but Elise and Leo are on there despite not technically being dead, so let's just leave it that I didn't sacrifice Midori just to open a door, okay? She's alive. She's totally alive. More reinforcements just flanked our front line, and more are coming. Sophie's job is to kill all of the ones currently on the map. Izana and Felicia block the reinforcements that haven't arrived yet, using 2 freeze charges in the process to stay safe and prevent Hans's group from activating. That would mean an immediate loss. As for Camilla, she's just here to chip these generals on the way back with the hammer. Apologies for the lag again, this just sometimes happens with my Nintendo PC. The next step in my plan is to get the hell out of there. Frankly, this threw off my plan. In the process of improv, though, I see the chance to one-round one of my pursuers. That was a hexing rod. Given that it was on Izana though, that wasn't the most important dodge. Actually perfectly timed crit. Great job, Camilla. This turn, and the next, will be spent backing up. I'm about to run out of room, but this is the exact situation I've been planning for. Xander is someone I've been waiting to put into the fray this entire time, and he prepares to tank a general while holding an armor slayer. Okay, so turns out Xander's that built different, huh? He's my best unit for this chapter, so it only seems right that he starts the show. Yes, that is S-rank weapon triangle disadvantage, and no, she doesn't have any accuracy boosting skills. The generals, for the most part, will be a team effort. Forrest chipped this one a bit ago, and after some deliberation, I give the kill to Effie. I put so much effort into killing the frontmost enemies for one simple reason. It's time for a repeat of turn 1. Xander and Camilla will hold the door. That's 5 of my units at max level, and quite a way to get there too, Xander. I would say I got lucky that this was a silence turn, but I literally planned this out. I knew that if Xander and Camilla had to hold the line to be now on this specific number of turns after Midori opened the door. One general left. Camilla does the honor of ending the third wave. Another like 20 minutes of moving units around followed this, so I'm just gonna skip that. The easiest and simplest way to bait the final challenge left in this Iron Man is to do it from this corner. Wave 4. Hans's Escorts. enjoy the next few turns of full retreat. I'll speed them up for your viewing pleasure. Hans has rushed ahead of his escorts. After Rallyman does his thing, and after Sophie chips him down, there's really only one woman for the job. Circumventing counter magic, Camilla takes back what is rightfully hers. Xander takes up the pole position, one last time, taking care of another Berserker while he's there. However, I did fail to account for one unfortunate aspect of my plan to pass through Iago's range during a silence turn during my retreat. This is a Hexing Rod turn. And as it turns out, Xander doesn't even care. I can't take out these generals on this player phase. After meticulously calculating Xander's survival thresholds, this is a lie, I end the turn. Forest brings the general count down to 2. Camilla hammers it to 1. And, for no better reason than convenience, Forest finishes off the final wave of Chapter 26. One enemy remains between me and something I've wanted for the better part of half a year.
Sorry.
And here he is. With Niles opening the door and Rallyman providing support, let's let Sophie bring us to victory, alright? And that's it. I've won the Iron Man. The only question left is, who gets the finishing blow? I said all the way back in Chapter 10 that I wanted Camilla to do it, and I've planned her class path accordingly. She's a level 20 Berserker with a plus 12 damage stack. So, can she do it? No. She got strength screwed. Now, I do have the resources to LTC Conquest Endgame. I can easily use a rescue chain to get Mozu to talk with me and have her one-round him with a crescent bow. In fact, that's technically how this Iron Man ends.
I can do this! I'll fly you!
But that'd be a pretty unsatisfying way to end things, right?